Howdy folks, I'm the Partisan Ranger. Before we get started today, this is actually take 2, because I forgot to hit play the first time. So this is going to be slightly more rehearsed than usual. Also, today is a kind of a special episode because for once I'm not talking about anything military related. I know, it's damn near miraculous. Today I'm talking about a very simple, but somewhat difficult to articulate topic of clothing. As in, why exactly do people still care about what others have to say about them for the way they dress? I mean, this ain't exactly the Victorian era anymore. There's not really much of a society one can be ostracized from for how they go about dressing themselves. In fact, there's not much of a society to be ostracized from at all. Which really does kind of simplify the problem. I mean, people should dress however they want. You know, I grew up around people that looked like they just walked right off the set of Lonesome Dove, so it affected how I dress myself, as well as the fact that I still live in a somewhat frontier-like environment. So, everyone should dress how they want. You saw a shirt or a skirt or a dress or a coat or whatever in a history book or in an old film or, you know, somewhere from the 1800s or the 40s or the 50s or whatever, and you think, I'd look good in that. Go wear it. Find a place that sells it, or find yourself a print so you can sew up and make your own clothing. Which, from a survival perspective, everyone should know how to make their own clothes and patch the holes and things of that nature. But generally speaking, dress how you want. Dress like the person reflected in your soul would dress. That's what I do. You know, when people ask me who I am, and on a metaphorical level, not on a literal level, this is me. I dress like this pretty much everywhere I go. Now, mind you, I feel like some of you working in an accounting firm might get fired for showing up to work in cowboy boots instead of Oxfords, but you want to give it a shot, go for it. We don't live in an age of strict fashion and social trends. We live in an age where booty shorts exist. We live in an age where, you know, you could basically be, like, on a technical level, more than half naked. But as long as all the important bits are covered, you're good to go. So, if on that one extreme, where you can be as close to naked as you possibly can and it's perfectly fine, why would people think it's on the opposite extreme that it's weird to be overdressed for an occasion? You know, you want to wear 3 layers of clothing like they did back in the 1880s, go for it. Like, I don't see why that would be weird. I don't see why people would think that they would be the odd one out for dressing like that. In a way, it's somewhat tragic, because there are so many other issues to which we could judge our fellow man by. How they dress is very low on the list of what should be actual priorities of how we judge folks. Whatever happened to judging by the content of one's character? It's like, sometimes you're poor as hell and you can't afford nice clothes. That's something I am intimately familiar with. A fine example of this would be, you know, my grandfather would tell me stories about how his mother would sew him shirts out of the cloth from flour sacks. And he didn't realize he was poor till he wore one of those shirts to school, and the other kids made fun of him for it. It's like, even me right now, I dress very well, but it's taken me years to assemble nice clothing. The only article of clothing I'm wearing that wasn't a gift from family or, you know, wasn't, you know, bought on the cheap was this here silk scarf. It cost me $30 and one of my neighbors made it for me. Everything else, friends and family helped me get it. Like, this wonderful duster, which keeps me warm in the winter, dry when it's raining. Hand-me-down. Gift from my father. He wore this over 30 years ago. It has been well taken care of, well used. That's sort of the thing. Don't let people ever get you down because of how you dress. And I cannot stress that enough. It's such a simple concept, but it is so difficult to properly articulate. Dress how you please. Dress in a way that is attuned with your soul, with who you are. And it's not something you should let other people dictate to you. There's a great many things in life that are just like this. Think a way I've heard it put is live your truth, you know. Always be true to yourself. And it's as simple as that. And doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, young or old. You want to wear clothes you want to wear your clothes a certain way, you want to wear a certain kind of clothes, do it. I mean, man is mortal, and let man enjoy his mortal pleasures. And me, I enjoy a nice set of clothing reminiscent of that bygone age of the western frontier. I hope you folks have a good day. I've been the Partisan Ranger.